Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's not a date or time specific reading. Whenever you come upon it, if it resonates, it may be your message at that time. But I do like to let you know what's going on in the cosmos, just so you have it as a reference point. We are in the eclipse season wormhole. Time speeds up when we're in eclipse season. Things can change on a dime in eclipse season. We are also in Mercury retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So Mercury retrograde tends to pull us back to review things, to be sure, you know, we don't need to reconsider some things. At the same time, we're feeling that push coming from eclipse season. So if you're feeling a little 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that is normal. We will have a full moon in your sign, Scorpio, with a lunar eclipse on May 5th, and I'll be doing a special reading for that, so stay tuned. If you're here as a cross-watcher for a Scorpio, that's wonderful. Welcome. Sometimes the messages come through directly for the cross-watcher, so you may need to flip the energies around in the spread. I'll tell you more about that in a second. It's totally natural and very common. Okay, so let me pull from Fortune Oracle to kick off the reading. Ooh, perfect for you, Scorpio. Card 32, Transformation. Reach out for the power and strength to make changes, enrich your life, and become the person you want to be. And what's really lovely about this is we have chains here, and as they're breaking apart, they're turning into birds. So if you have birds as any kind of bird as a sign or a symbol that you align with, you're getting a big message here. It's over water, so I want to say it's turning into seagulls. I don't know if you can see that, but what a beautiful message. And transformation is your middle name, Scorpio, so you rule the house of transformation. Okay, let's jump in. I'm going to pull the cards for the spread. I'll give you my general impressions, then we'll clarify for some details. Let's jump in. Oh, wow. Okay. That came out twice in the morning musing. Okay. So, and that moon underneath is interesting because it suggests that you may need to really tap into your intuition, since things may be shifting and changing, and that can kind of trigger some apprehension. Go with your intuition, follow your gut always. So when I do this spread, I call it my split soulmate spread. I'm looking at you as individuals. I set the intention that this side of the spread is for the sign I'm reading about, which would be Scorpio, and this would be Scorpio's divine counterpart. It can be reversed if you're here, especially if you're here as a cross-watcher. So just take the reading as it resonates and don't really worry about the sides too much. I just need a structure to work with. It helps me stay on track with who I'm speaking about. Okay, so your person here is showing up with the energy of the Three of Cups. Based on what I'm seeing in this part of the reading, it feels like it's talking about something more, about coming together, something joyful. It is a card of reconciliation, and based on what I'm seeing, that could be an issue. Their present experience of the connection is very conciliatory. It's very much about reciprocity, equal give and take, and feeling very generous with their time, energy, effort, resources, finally kind of coming in as an equal partner. And giving as much as they have received. So in the past, we have the Six of Cups, past life soulmate card. Great. I love that energy. But going forward, something feels like we may be in a little bit of no man's land here. It's possible this Five of Pentacles could come through reversed. I'll know better when we get to the clarifiers. But for all intents and purposes, it looks like this person's agenda at the present moment is to reach out, to find common ground, to be more reciprocal in the connection. And I'm just not sure where it's headed just yet. You are showing up in the reading with the energy of the sun. It is about your happiness, and your present experience of this connection is interesting because this card came out, the Nine of Pentacles, 2 times in the morning musing. I think you're really kind of feeling yourself here. And it seems to me like you're you're individuating on some level. You're approaching this much more independently and autonomously, and are more grounded, Pentacles, in your desire for happiness. It's like very clear to you. And you're almost willing to kind of go it alone instead of being in something where you don't have the cooperation of the other person. So that's why I'm glad I'm reading this separately, because I feel they're getting the memo. They're starting to arrive at that point. Now going forward, Two of Wands. This is a choice card. Twos are always about choices and decisions. And the Two of Wands says, what do you want? And once you know what you want and what you really truly desire, which path will likely get you there? And what do you need to set in motion to make that happen? So I feel like there may be a potential miscue coming down the road. We'll see in a bit, but I feel like you are certain that you've got to take matters into your own hands, because it is about your happiness. That message has been coming through a lot for many signs, so I'm kind of happy to see it. This eclipse season is a strong one. It started in the sign of Aries, and I feel like a lot of people are feeling that push to make a change. It's like feeling compelled to take action that hasn't been taken in a long time. And it's like the time is now, whether it's going on your own, leaving something behind, changing and transforming into how you really want things to be for yourself. I think it's good. I think it's good. It's not always easy, but it's good. So let's look at this Three of Cups. Yeah, this person is after some reconciliation, absolutely wanting to clear the air. With that Knight of Swords, King of Cups is Scorpio's energy, and this is about, you know, something more emotionally mature, expressive, about emotional availability, possibly. I think there may have been a misunderstanding about this person's availability on an emotional level, and they want to clear it and reconcile any differences. With that Wheel of Fortune underneath, for those of you who are new, welcome. When I pull from the bottom of the deck, which I will do throughout, I'm tapping into unconscious awareness, or what's playing out behind the scenes. So I'm feeling with this Wheel of Fortune underneath, this person sort of feeling the sense of fate and destiny unfolding. It's not something that's right in front of their face, but they know that the time, like I just got done saying, the time is now to clear the air and reconcile any misunderstandings. Wow. So that feels right on target with my initial impressions. Let's see the Six of Cups in the past. I feel like this person wasn't really clear on what you wanted. I don't think they had the clarity. That Page of Swords from under the deck is coming through as confusion and a lack of clarity, like in reversed energy. I feel there was a lot of heartache here, obviously, with the Three of Swords, but it's something that unfolded very slowly and gradually. And it, you know, and I feel like this person thinks they were patient, but they might not have had a clue as to what you really wanted. The connection is powerful, and I feel they're aware of that, but I'm almost 100% sure something was said, or alternatively not said or spoken, that caused some confusion and some heart heaviness that this person now seeks to resolve. So the Six of Pentacles is their present experience of the connection, meaning, yeah, I'm all in. Page of Wands, Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups underneath. I do feel that they feel you pulling away. This person is perhaps maturing into something a little bit more emotionally available. As I said, we now have the Knight and the King, And this Page of Wands in the past may be what they're turning their back on. It may be that they might have approached the connection in a little bit less evolved way, maybe just more flirtatious, more interested in getting their own needs met in the moment, and not really an equal partner. And I'm feeling that shift. So this Eight of Cups can be their sense that you may be going in a new direction, but it can also be their own awareness in an unconscious level that something has to shift to something more mature, more evolved, especially when it comes to matters of the heart and emotions and expressing them. The Knight of Cups makes an offer from the heart and kind of wears it on his sleeve, right? Nothing to hide, fairly comfortable with being vulnerable in the moment. So that's where I feel I'm seeing a little bit of growth here for this person. And they're also sensing there's some sense of urgency that they have to communicate that to you. So we have here the Five of Pentacles in the near future. Okay. So this is someone who is going to find themselves needing to overcome their ego, to overcome their fears of rejection, to overcome their need to control outcomes. I have a feeling that they really would want to kind of just risk it all, take a leap for love, but they get stuck and they fear rejection and abandonment. So that Five of Pentacles isn't actually a thing that will happen. It's their fear of, well, if I move towards this person and I put my heart on the line and the door is slammed in my face, or I'm ghosted, or I'm rejected, or I'm abandoned, right? Am I really prepared to take that leap? So the fact that the Fool lands on the Eight of Swords tells me this person may get stuck in a cycle of their own fears. So there are ways to overcome that. And we'll see when we look at the two of you together if there are strengths that can support this person so that they don't go into that old pattern of doubt, needing to control, feeling stuck, being more egoically resistant, right? Ego-based fears that cause that kind of resistance, and like they're stuck and frozen in time and they can't make a move, when what they really want to do is take that chance and take a risk. So let's see the Sun. Well, I feel like you're kind of feeling some relief. You're happy to know that this person, this is what you want. You want that Six of Pentacles. You want that reciprocity. You want equal give and take. And if you don't have it, you're just going to offload that. So there's some relief I'm almost feeling here, whether you realize it or not, that there's some mirrored energy. Some shifts are happening. At the time that you're getting very clear and practical, Queen of Swords, right? She chucks her emotions at the door and she just puts, you know, sets the boundaries for herself. I'm only saying herself because it's a queen. It can be about a guy. But the Queen of Swords is no fuss, no muss. Don't start none, won't be none. You know, what's true is true. Truth seeker, truth teller. I've made my decision. I know what I want, and anything that isn't that has got to go. So there's one part happiness and relief, and another part, some mirrored energy of each of you kind of arriving at the same point at the same time. So let's look at the Three of Pentacles in the past. Yep. You did not get the cooperation from this person. That's what the heartache is for. I feel like they couldn't figure out what you wanted. You may have been very crystal clear about it, but there was no cooperation. It was like you weren't on the same page at the same time at that time, and that was out of balance. Everything comes tumbling down with the Tower. I feel like, you know, underneath you might have been open to an apology. I'm not sure you received it. So the regrets were there. I mean, the heartache was there, but I don't see the regrets. I don't see that energy. I just see a question. Like, what is that about? So for you, it was, well, what it's about is I don't want to be in a relationship by myself. It takes some measure of cooperation and balance and give and take. And I feel like this person didn't understand or wasn't open to it or available for it. That's why we've got the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups coming out now. Now they're available for it. So let's see the Nine of Pentacles. Oof. Okay. Very clear messaging. I think, like I said earlier, and as I felt in the morning musing, you're really coming into your power. We've got the Queen of Wands now, that Eight of Wands. It's almost like you're messaging. You're open to forgiveness, second chances. You're open to some form of reconciliation, but you're going to be very firm. You're feeling very empowered. You'll be very firm with any words that are spoken. So you're open to the dialogue. You're open to the energetic exchange back and forth, and even to some measure of forgiveness and reconciliation, which is what this person is seeking, an opportunity to clear the air. I think you'll be open to it. However, you will be firm on your position and the lines in the sand and the boundaries, because you are in this very moment prepared to go it alone if you must. That's how it's coming through. So for those of you who identify with that, I'm definitely picking up on something very clear without question. And these are the terms of engagement. You're either on board and we're in it together, or I go my own way. Okay, Two of Wands would be the going your own way once you're clear on the path forward. Aw, look at this. So the path to happiness may be found with a divine masculine. There's the Emperor in a soul bond. And it could be this bond. It could be this connection. I'm not discounting it. But I feel what I said in the very outset, that this is your goal, right? And you're choosing a path to the happiness in a relationship. So for some of you, it will be the path to happiness in this relationship. For others of you, it will not be able to be resolved, and you will move forward. So for those of you that are kind of half in, half out, all I can say to that is stay the course. Keep following your path, because what I see here is very positive and will ultimately serve your highest good. And that's the most important thing. Before I tell you the astrology that showed up here, what I do want to say is in the description box below this video, in the first sentence, is a link to the extended. If this is talking to you and it's resonating for you about your connection with someone who something kind of went off the rails a bit, and you are now at that moment of truth, right? You're at the moment of truth of what you see for yourself for the future and what kind of relationship you really desire. And if you're sort of choosing that path forward now based on what things are going on in this relationship, you may want to join me in the extended. So the link's below. What I'm going to do there is keep all these cards, move them up a little bit, and continue with this spread where I pull the two of you together. And I look at the strengths and the challenges and what you can do about the challenges, or what you can expect to come of this situation, because I'm seeing a disconnect here in the future. So we do want to look at that. I'll get this person's message to this person's message to this person. What are you saying to each other? What do you want each other to know? And this is kind of happening energetically at 5D. I'll get a card from Spirit or the Universe with some guidance, directions, sometimes, you know, warnings and red flags to look out for. I'll pull a card from the hidden energies about this side of the spread, what's unfolding behind the scenes that you're unaware of but might want to know about, and then we'll look at the opportunities going forward, and I close out with some oracle. So pretty comprehensive spread. Okay, so our Knight of Swords here is Gemini's energy. King of Cups, as I said, was Scorpio. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, that rules Sagittarius. We have the Page of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Knight of Cups is Pisces energy. We have the Fool is Uranus, which rules Aquarius, and the Devil underneath here, Capricornian energy. We have the Sun twice, that's Leo. We have the Queen of Swords is Libra. We've got more Libra in the Justice card. Mars here in the Tower, which rules Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in our little Page of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles happens to be Virgo energy. Queen of Wands is Aries. The Judgment card is Pluto, which rules Scorpio. And more Aries in our Emperor. So, very interesting reading. If this is speaking to you and you want to follow along, the link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a second. Otherwise, bye for now.